Have you ever wondered what it would be like to practice nursing on the other side of the world? It's a compelling thought. You possess a skill that is universally needed, a language of care that transcends borders. But what happens when the system you trained in, the very framework of your daily practice, is completely different? This question is more than just a matter of curiosity. It is the fundamental challenge for any nurse considering an international career. The heart of nursing is the same everywhere, but the body, the healthcare system itself, can look remarkably different from one nation to the next, presenting obstacles and opportunities you might never have anticipated. I have been fortunate enough to see healthcare in action across the globe. My journey has taken me from the bustling, resource-strained government hospital in the Philippines, to the organized, community-focused practices in the United Kingdom, and then to the high-tech corridors of hospitals in the United States. Each location offered a profound lesson. In the Philippines, I saw brilliant doctors and nurses achieving amazing outcomes with limited resources. In the United Kingdom, I experienced a system where care was a right, not a commodity. In the United States, I witnessed incredible innovation driven by a complex insurance market. These experiences taught me that being a great clinician is only half the battle. Understanding the system you work within is just as critical. This video is designed to be your first map for navigating this complex global landscape. We will explore the fundamental models of healthcare delivery that shape how care is provided around the world. It's not just about knowing different medical protocols, it's about understanding the philosophies, the funding mechanisms, and the patient expectations that define a country's approach to health. My goal is to equip you with a framework, a way of thinking that will help you make sense of any new environment. This knowledge will empower you to not just survive, but truly thrive as a global nurse. Ultimately, this exploration is about more than just professional development. It's about becoming a more adaptable, empathetic, and effective caregiver. By understanding the why behind a system's structure, you can better anticipate challenges, communicate with colleagues, and connect with patients on a deeper level. This journey will show you that your skills are not just transferable, they are transformable. You will learn how to apply your core nursing knowledge within entirely new contexts, making you a more resilient and versatile professional, ready for any challenge the world throws your way. To truly navigate global healthcare, you must first understand the major roadmaps that countries follow. The most prominent is the beverage model, often called a national health service. You see this in the United Kingdom, Spain, and New Zealand. Here, healthcare is provided and financed by the government through taxes. Most hospitals and clinics are government-owned, and most doctors are government employees. There are no medical bills. Care is a public service, like the fire department or the public library. For a nurse moving into this system, it means less time on insurance paperwork and more focus on standardized government-set care protocols. Then there is the Bismarck model, which uses an insurance system. You'll find this model in countries like Germany, France, Japan, and Switzerland. It is financed jointly by employers and employees through payroll deductions. These sickness funds are private, non-profit entities that cover everyone, so there is universal coverage. The hospitals and doctors are typically private. As a nurse in a Bismarck system, you would find yourself working in a more competitive, market-like environment. You would still deal with insurers, but they are not for-profit, and the system is tightly regulated by the government to control costs and ensure quality for all citizens. A third major system is the national health insurance model, which combines elements of the other two. Canada, Taiwan, and South Korea are prime examples. It uses private sector providers, but payment comes from a government-run insurance program that every citizen pays into. There is no need for marketing because there is no competition. This single-payer system has considerable market power to negotiate lower prices for pharmaceuticals and services. For a nurse, this can mean a more streamlined billing process than in the United States, but also potential waits for certain non-urgent procedures due to budget limitations and demand management. Finally, there is the out-of-pocket model, which is the most common system in less developed regions of the world. In parts of rural Africa, India, and South America, there is no organized system for payment or delivery. If you have money, you get care. If you don't, you may not. The rich get medical attention, while the poor stay sick or rely on traditional remedies. Nurses working in these environments often face the greatest ethical and resource challenges. They must be incredibly innovative, relying on their core clinical skills and community health knowledge to make a difference where formal systems are absent or inaccessible for the majority. Your clinical skills, assessing a patient, administering medication, dressing a wound, are your universal passport. They will serve you well anywhere. However, your ability to truly connect with patients and deliver effective care hinges on something less tangible: cultural competency. This is the understanding that a patient's beliefs, family structure, and social norms profoundly influence how they perceive health, illness, and treatment. It is not an optional add-on. It is as vital as knowing how to take a blood pressure reading. Ignoring these cultural factors can lead to misunderstandings, non-compliance, and ultimately, poorer patient outcomes. I saw this firsthand while observing a clinic in Southeast Asia. A nurse was trying to explain a medication schedule to an elderly man who seemed to be agreeing with everything she said. He smiled and nodded politely. Yet a week later, he was readmitted with the same condition. It turned out that in his culture, openly disagreeing with an authority figure like a nurse was considered deeply disrespectful. He had not understood the instructions but was too polite to say so. Ask him to repeat the instructions back, or involve a family member to ensure comprehension, a simple act that could have prevented his relapse. Consider another example involving family dynamics. In many Western cultures, patient autonomy is paramount. We speak directly to the patient about their diagnosis and treatment options. But in many Middle Eastern, Asian, and Hispanic cultures, the family unit is the primary decision maker. The family may wish to shield an elderly patient from a grim diagnosis to protect them from fear and anxiety. A nurse who insists on speaking only to the patient, bypassing the family, can cause immense distress and may be seen as cold and disrespectful, eroding the trust that is essential for a therapeutic relationship. Cultural competency also extends to understanding views on pain, diet, and even modesty. Some cultures encourage a stoic response to pain, which can lead a nurse to underestimate a patient's suffering. Dietary restrictions related to religion or tradition can impact recovery, especially after surgery. Simple acts, like ensuring a male nurse does not attend to a female patient from a conservative background without permission, can make all the difference. These are not just small courtesies. They are integral components of holistic care, demonstrating respect and building the trust needed for patients to accept and participate in their own healing process. So, you have learned about the world's healthcare models and the critical importance of cultural understanding. What does this mean for you, the nurse with a dream of working abroad? It means you have the power to prepare yourself for success. The key is not to memorize every detail of every system, but to develop an adaptive mindset. Before you even pack your bags, begin your research. Is your destination country using a beverage, Bismarck, or another type of model? This will tell you a great deal about your role, your employer, and how your patients will access care. It's the foundational knowledge upon which everything else is built. Once you understand the system, turn your focus to the people. Read about the culture, learn about family structures, communication styles, and religious beliefs. Watch documentaries, read literature, and try to learn a few basic phrases in the local language. This is not just about avoiding mistakes. It is about building bridges. When you arrive, your willingness to learn and show respect for local customs will be your greatest asset. Your colleagues and patients will see that you are not just there to do a job, but to be a part of their community. This effort will be repaid tenfold in trust and cooperation. Remember that you will be a student again, and that is a wonderful thing. Be humble. Ask questions. Find a local mentor, another nurse who can help you navigate the unwritten rules of the hospital and the culture. Listen more than you speak. You bring incredible skills and a fresh perspective, but your new colleagues hold the local knowledge that is essential for you to be effective. Merging your expertise with their wisdom is the formula for success. This collaborative spirit will help you integrate into the team and provide the best possible care for your patients. The world needs skilled and compassionate nurses everywhere. Your decision to take your talents abroad is a courageous one, and it has the potential to be the most rewarding experience of your professional life. The challenges are real, but they are not insurmountable. Armed with a solid understanding of healthcare systems and a deep respect for cultural differences, you are not just moving to a new country, you are becoming a global citizen of care. Embrace the journey, stay curious, and know that with the right preparation and attitude, You can adapt, you can succeed, and you can make a profound difference anywhere in the world.